Hello friends and welcome back. My name is Deepa from DeeZinesByD and today I have another collection from the Spellbinders April release. This one is color block backgrounds and today I have 3 cards I'm showing you here, but there's only going to be 2 cards that I'm going to make with one cover plate die. So the die that I'm going to be featuring is the color block Southwest die, and the third card that I'm going to be showing you in just a second is made with the Color Block Slimline Edges dies. That one I'll have in my blog for you, and you can kind of look up how I created this there. But for now, let's get to the 2 cards that I made with this one die. So as I said, here are the two sets. This is the Color Block Southwest die. You can see it's a nice big cover plate. And then this is the Color Block Slimline Edges. You can see you get like a pointy triangular strip along with a scallop strip, and you can basically layer these strips together to make a cool background on any type of card that you want because they're so long. So today, as I said, I'm focusing on that Southwest die, and you can see it's a fair size, so it's good enough for an A2 size panel. And I'm going to be using this color palette. So I have this brown glitter foam, which was also released this month. And then I've got these other different colors of cardstock along with a gold matte piece of cardstock, which is by Sizzix. So I've gone ahead and cut these out 5 times. So they're 5 different types of cardstock, including the foam. And as you can see, the foam, I've kind of left it in the die, and that's just going to make it easier for me to piece these pieces together. And I'll go ahead and start doing that. So I've got a piece of cardstock, a panel that's a bit bigger than the cover die because I want to have a bit of a border, but I'm not exactly sure how big, once this is all kind of put together, what it's going to be like. And the reason why I'm not going to know is because I am using that glitter foam. And the thing with the foam and any type of foam is that it's going to kind of squish and change and warp the shape just a little bit. Now you see this first corner that I did with the gold, purple, blue, and the glitter foam. It sits perfectly. Everything kind of butts up against each other perfectly. And that's how it should be. But because I've added the foam element, it's going to change it a little bit. I might have a little bit of the edges kind of showing a bit of white, which is not a huge deal. You can always use some flowers or other elements to kind of cover these things up and not make it not so noticeable. So as you can see here, this is what's happening with that last corner. So I've got it good for the first 3 corners, and the fourth one, you can see I've got a little bit of white showing through. And as I said, that's just because of the foam moving, changing its shape a little bit once I've put it through my die cutting machine. That's completely fine. I mean, no one's expecting these things to be completely perfect. I'm just going to put something on top of it, and you're not going to see that at all. Don't worry too much. If you do not use the foam and you just go with different colors of cardstock, 100% this will all line up perfectly. You're not going to have to worry. Another thing that makes this a little different for me is that I did attach that purple cardstock with some foam squares, and that was to create a bit of dimension. So I have an alternating pattern here with dimension. So I've got the glitter foam, which has dimension, and then the purple portions, which also have dimension. Now, once I've got that all stuck to the cardstock, I'm just going to cut the border so I have that nice little outline like I wanted, and I've made 2 of these backgrounds. Now keep in mind, because I cut out 5 different colors of cardstock, I potentially could have made 5 backgrounds here. I just wanted to focus on 2 cards, but if you were mass producing, this die is perfect for this because depending on the amount of colors you cut, you can put together tons of cards with only 5 swoops or however many swoops of different cardstock through your die cutting machine. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and put together the centers of these cards. So I'm using some of these glimmer plates from past releases. The birthday sentiment here is from the Sentiments for Everyday Spellbinders Glimmer set. And then the Best Dad sentiment here was using the We Dance Glimmer Sentiments set, which came out last month. Now I've also got the Happy Dance set here. This one is called Let's Dance, and this one has that little cute prize badge that you can use. So I'm using that to cut out the Best Dad sentiment and create this little badge, which is going to make this card, or the card that I attach this to, perfect for a Father's Day card. So as you can see, I cut out the badge twice. So once out of white cardstock, I attached the Best Dad sentiment there with some foam to create a bit of dimension and make this little prize tag look a little more realistic. And then I'm adding some Sizzix Opulent Gold Matte cardstock in the background, kind of as a shadow, it just kind of highlights the die cut so that it stands out a little more, especially once I put it on this really busy kind of background that I'm going to add it to. Now for the birthday sentiment, you can see I used this assorted tag set. I think this one came out in either February. I think it was in February. So I cut out the tag, I added a little shadow there again with the Sizzix Opulent Gold Matte cardstock. Now for this first card, I added 2 pieces of foam squares in order to pop that up there because I already have 1 layer of foam. I want the second one to make it stand out more, and I just put that right in the center. So that one's good and done. For the second one, I have this little container of all of these extra little pieces. I just wanted to show you this here. It's a bit of a mess. You probably have something a little bit more organized. And I kind of just search through here for extra little bits if I'm wanting to add them to cards quickly. So I have these little balloons, and they're actually from the Spellbinders Open Road collection, which was released last month. And I have those little balloons left over along with that strip, which I'm adding as the bottom of the balloon. And that strip is actually the strip that is used for the assorted tags from the assorted tag set. So you can see how you can mix and match sets here in order to work for your purposes. So I'm adding that little strip to the back of the balloon. I'm adding some strong adhesive here because the strip on that little end of the balloon will be a little bit flimsy. So I want that stuck on there nice and well so it's not going anywhere. I'll use some foam to add this balloon here. And once I've got it where I want it and it lines up with the other string for the other balloon, I'll go ahead and cut off the end here with my sewing scissors, which I'm not using for sewing. So, oh well, they come in handy. I'm one of those people who is going to do the biggest faux pas that most people complain about, which is to use scissors for fabric for card cutting, but I don't really do anything with fabric anymore. So the minute I go ahead and do more stuff with fabric, I'll go ahead and buy some new scissors. But anyways, there's also this little bow that I found in my set of extra little pieces that I added there. And then just to jazz this up a little bit, I'm going to add some of this Pink Fresh Studio Gold Pearl embellishment. And I'm just adding a few here and there just for a little bit of interest. And I'll also be adding some of these gems. These are AB crystal gems, which are used for nail art. And I've mentioned this before. I've got this off of Amazon. They're just really nice because they come in a variety of sizes, including really small sizes since they are for your nails. And that works well for little accents. Like, for example, on the balloon here, I love adding little gems in groupings of 2, and they just kind of highlight little die cut elements and make them look really cute. And I actually got this from Yanis Makula because she does such a good job of adding those little gems. It's just one little thing that I picked up from her videos that I think looks really nice. So these are my final cards. Here is the Father's Day card, and here's the birthday card. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. You've got that beautiful background along with the dimension from the different layers, the glitter foam, which is shining nicely, along with those beautiful little sentiments in the center. So these are the cards that I created with the Color Block Backgrounds collection. I've shown you how to put together 2 cards, and the third card I will feature in a reel on my Instagram account, which I will post tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and go ahead and check out the links in my blog description, which is linked below. All of the supplies are linked there for your shopping pleasure. So I hope you all have a great day and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.